Hi guys, today I want to analyze NIO's latest developments in news to determine if NIO stock is a buy, hold or sell right now. I constantly do NIO analysis because first of all I'm a shareholder and I have to keep myself up to date on NIO's latest developments in news. Second, NIO is a popular stock and people ask me about what I think of it all the time. So for the purpose of this video, in order to give an unbiased review, let me toss aside the fact that I'm a shareholder and analyze NIO as a bystander with knowledge. But before we dive into NIO's latest news and analysis, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and after you watch this video, write me some comments because I'd love to hear from you. So since December of 2019, in my opinion, there have been 5 major developments that happened to NIO. I'm going to analyze all 5 of them and make sure you stick to the end because I will tell you which development I think carries more weight than others. So let's start. Development news number 1. On December 30th, 2019, NIO reported its third quarter earnings. The company posted revenue that exceeded consensus estimates among analysts, achieving 25% year-over-year increase. But what really raised people's eyebrows is the guidance. NIO said it expects to deliver 8,000 vehicles in the fourth quarter, which would be nearly double the company's third quarter numbers. This would also represent record quarterly performance and take total aggregate deliveries in 2019 to be double from 2018. Hello, money alert! And NIO is achieving this great performance in the face of the softening electric vehicles market in China due to less electric vehicle subsidies from Chinese government. The stock went absolutely ballistic and almost doubled during the day before settling down to a more modest gain of 54%. That was crazy. But the cloud in the silver lining was that NIO has burned through over 317 million in the third quarter and was left with only 274 million of cash on its balance sheet. Ouch! But Bin Lee, NIO CEO, tried to soothe the investors' concern on a conference call by suggesting that a lot of cuts are coming in the first quarter of 2020 and getting financing is not going to be an issue. At that point, stock was flying and the mood about NIO was changing. A lot of investors were very optimistic. Development number 2. A week after NIO reported encouraging third quarter numbers, NIO reports even greater December delivery numbers with 25% month-over-month growth. Here's the quote from NIO CEO Bin Lee. Our sales also benefited from the expansion of our sales network through the continued launch of more efficient NIO spaces. We expect our order momentum to continue going forward. Wow! It seems like NIO was having a great sales momentum, at which point investors remained optimistic, but still questions about cash burn and China removing electric vehicle subsidies were weighing on the stock. Development number 3. China announced that it will maintain its new energy vehicle subsidies this year and will not significantly roll back the benefit in order to stabilize market expectations. First concern is addressed. Few days later, rumors swirled that NIO may receive 1 billion cash infusion from Guangzhou Automotive Group, and what's more important, NIO confirmed those rumors that they're in talks with Guangzhou Automotive about financing. NIO stock rallies 14% with 230 million shares traded. That was the ultimate kumbaya moment for NIO investors. Stock went up to $5.65 that day, and many people on social media channels started to chant 666, but the stock closed under $5 because a lot of uncertainties still remained. Unfortunately, that's where good news is being overshadowed by not so good news. Development number 4. coronavirus and weak January delivery numbers. As you know, the coronavirus in China is basically dominating the headlines. I'm not going to go into detail about coronavirus. I have a separate video on my channel just about that. I just want to say that if people are even afraid to leave their homes, then what are the chances they will go out and buy a car? This was pretty much the worst thing that could have happened to NIO, as they just started to build the momentum. And it didn't take long for them to come out and say that the sales were hurt by the recent outbreak of the disease. However, the silver lining in that release was that they actually sold more cars than a lot of people have expected. Development number 5. And this is the last one, and to me it's the most important one. In a span of a week, NIO has announced that it will sell convertible notes in $200 million transactions to several Asia-based investment funds for a total of $200 million, and those notes will bear no interest. Well, you would say, yeah, that's fantastic. Not so fast. Yes, these notes will bear no interest, but in 6 months they can essentially be translated into common stock at $3.07 and sold on the open market. In other words, to avoid the cash crunch, NIO is basically forced to dilute their shares and issue more stock at $3.07. Not good. Look, I do like NIO cars, and their CEO is a great entrepreneur and very committed to making NIO, as people say, Tesla of China. But at the same time, the recent coronavirus outbreak has been seriously hurting their sales. That, combined with NIO's $300 million cash burn rate per quarter, thus forced them to issue more stock at lower prices. So the question is, if I'm a shareholder, what to do now? And if I'm not a shareholder, how do I make money on NIO stock? Well, as a shareholder who doesn't want to sell the stock, and that's always an option, there are a couple of things you can do. First, I can sell weekly covered calls on the stock. Yes, it will limit my upside if for some reason shares will rally. But at the same time, while I wait on NIO's turnaround story to materialize, I can earn some weekly income on its shares. Second, if I was planning to be a long-term shareholder and I want to allow more room for shares to run, but at the same time protect from the downside, then I can sell July or August way out of the money covered calls and buy some puts to limit my downside. If I was not a shareholder, well, unfortunately, I wouldn't be buying this stock right now, because the fact that NIO needs to resort to share dilution in order to stay afloat, combined with coronavirus effect on its sales, makes me very hesitant to buy the stock right now. I would wait for NIO to report sometimes in March, listen to what management has to say, and then decide if I want to buy the stock or not. Remember guys, more cool and exciting videos on NIO and other stocks are coming into the channel, so please click the subscribe button below this video and turn on the bell to be notified of the next video. Also click on the like button and write me some comments. I'm always eager to hear from you. Adios!